Hey guys, thank you for tuning in for the presentation on my final research paper. So to start it off, the focus of my paper is going to be to research communication practices in the aviation industry. The aviation industry is a very high stakes game. You're flying multi-million dollar aircraft with large passenger accounts and cargo. And so it's really important that it be done as safely and effectively as possible. And it was crucial to this is the communication that takes place during operations. So in my paper, I kind of want to delve into a couple things. First, I'm going to start off with a brief examination on how effective communication works and what things need to happen in order for it to work well. From there, I'm going to dive into cultural effects on the communication, specifically how the culture will affect, the cultural effects on communication, After that, I'm going to dive into language occurrences that can cause misinterpretation. This is regardless of culture and just specifically targets the pilot and other operators' ability to communicate effectively and what things can cause confusion during the process. And then finally, I'm going to conclude with an exploration of the effective communication strategies. And this will include practices that will help prevent misinterpretation and promote effective communication in the industry. So through the body of the paper, I'm going to kind of dive into a couple things. So first off, as voice communication error accounts for nearly 7% of information transfer errors industry-wide. And this is largely due to things such as ambiguous phraseology, people just not being specific, absent communication, people not communicating when they should be, misperceived messages caused by phonetic similarities, and many, many other factors as well. From there, I'm also going to do a little research into the miscommunication between intercultural flight crews and air traffic control. This is largely for international travel, where people of different origins, country-wise, are going to be flying to various areas and have to deal with a different culture, especially when they're communicating. And then moving on from there, cultural effects on communication expectations. And then, so for this one, in my research, I come across a couple instances where your culture can affect how or what your perceptions are as far as what's needed in communication. And so there's an example of an airplane that needed to refuel during an international flight, and the pilot, because his culture, did not know that he needed to assert his need to refuel and was waiting for confirmation or waiting to be directed to refuel. And so he eventually went down in his airplane because he was unable to, his cultural background caused communication error. So in conclusion, aviation is a high stakes game, making communication vital to the industry. Cultural effects on communication, language occurrences that cause misinterpretation, and exploration of effective communication strategies. And that will be my final research paper. Thank you.